Imagine sitting alone in a washroom. The lights suddenly go out, and in the darkness, you see something that could take your life. Is that even possible? Yes, because today we're exploring 10 of the most terrifying washrooms in the world. Places where real people lost their lives, and some were never found again. If you care about your own life, make sure to subscribe and watch this video till the end, because the last location on this list might be closer to you than you think. Los Angeles is home to many famous hotels, but none as infamous or as chilling as the Cecil Hotel. Its walls have witnessed countless tragedies, mysterious disappearances, and unexplained deaths over the decades, earning it a reputation that draws thrill-seekers and paranormal enthusiasts alike. Among its dark history, one story stands out, shocking the world and cementing the hotel's eerie legacy: the mysterious death of Elisa Lam. Elisa, a 21-year-old Canadian student, checked into the hotel during a trip to Los Angeles. She was last seen in the hotel's elevator, behaving strangely on surveillance footage that later went viral. Her gestures were erratic, her movements abrupt, and at times she seemed to be hiding from someone or something unseen. The footage left viewers worldwide puzzled, sparking countless theories, ranging from psychological distress to paranormal activity. In the days leading up to her disappearance, hotel guests had reported an unusual problem: dark, foul-smelling water coming from their bathroom taps and showers. Some claimed it looked almost black, while others said it had an odd metallic taste. Despite maintenance attempts, the issue persisted, raising questions about what was contaminating the water and whether the two incidents were somehow connected. Horrifying truth emerged when maintenance workers investigated the rooftop water tanks. There, hidden inside one of the tanks that supplied water to the hotel's bathrooms, they found Elisa Lam's lifeless body. How she managed to enter a tank sealed from the outside remains a mystery, and authorities have never fully explained the circumstances of her death. Was it a tragic accident, foul play, or something far stranger? The uncertainty only deepened the sense of dread surrounding the hotel. Guests and staff alike have reported strange occurrences in the bathroom connected to Elisa's story. Some claim to see shadowy figures reflected in the mirrors, faucets that turn on and off by themselves, and knocking sounds echoing from empty stalls. Even today, visitors speak of an overwhelming, oppressive feeling when entering these bathrooms, a chilling reminder that the tragic events of the past still linger. The Cecil Hotel eventually closed certain floors and renovated others, but the bathroom linked to Elisa Lam's death has never been forgotten. It remains a place of fascination and fear, a spot where reality and the unknown seem to intersect. Paranormal investigators, thrill seekers, and even skeptics find themselves drawn to it, hoping to uncover answers, but often leaving with more questions than they had before. Elisa Lam's story is a haunting reminder that some places carry the weight of tragedy so heavily that it never truly fades. The Cecil Hotel bathroom stands as a symbol of the unexplained, a chilling location where one young woman's life ended under circumstances that continue to baffle the world, and where the echoes of the past still seem to whisper from the dark corners of the stalls. In the heart of St. Petersburg, Russia, an ordinary apartment building became the site of an extraordinary and chilling mystery. The story centers around a young woman named Oksana, who was found dead in her locked bathroom under circumstances that baffled authorities and terrified locals. What made the scene particularly unsettling was that nothing in the room seemed out of place, except the bathroom was almost eerily normal. The lights were on, and warm steam hovered in the air, curling slowly toward the ceiling, suggesting she had recently taken a shower. Yet, Oksana lay lifeless on the floor, her expression frozen in an intense state of terror. There were no visible injuries, no bruises, no marks, nothing to explain the sudden, unexplained death of this young woman. The very atmosphere of the room felt oppressive, as though it had absorbed the fear of her final moments. Police were immediately puzzled. There was no forced entry, no sign of foul play, no evidence of toxic gases, and no indication that Oksana had struggled or attempted to defend herself. Every conventional explanation fell short, leaving investigators and onlookers with only questions. How had she died in a perfectly normal-looking bathroom, seemingly without external cause? The lack of answers only deepened the sense of unease surrounding the incident. Residents of the building soon came forward with their own experiences, painting a far more disturbing picture. Many claimed that in the nights leading up to Oksana's death, they had heard faint, sorrowful cries coming from her bathroom. At first, neighbors dismissed it as echoes or imagination, but the frequency and intensity of the sounds left them unnerved. Some even reported seeing shadows flicker behind the frosted bathroom glass. Locals also revealed that the apartment had a long and dark history. According to old records, the building had been constructed over the remains of a women's shelter, where several deaths had occurred in the 1960s. The tragic events from decades earlier seemed to have left a mark, one that might explain the unnerving phenomena that continued to occur long after the building's construction. Eyewitness accounts after the tragedy only heightened the fear. People reported bathroom mirrors fogging up spontaneously, with words forming in the condensation. Most disturbingly, "Don't come," written without anyone nearby. Faucets were said to turn on and off by themselves, and cold spots would appear in the shower, chilling those brave enough to enter. Each experience suggested that the apartment hand, particularly Oksana's bathroom, was somehow alive with the echoes of past horrors. Ultimately, the apartment was abandoned and permanently sealed after several tenants complained of suffocating sensations inside the same bathroom. No one dared to move in again, and the building slowly faded into local legend. Oksana's death remains a mystery, one that combines elements of the unexplained, the paranormal, and the chilling legacy of a place that had witnessed far too much tragedy. Her bathroom stands as a stark reminder that some locations carry shadows from the past, shadows that are impossible to escape, even decades later. Japan is a country rich with folklore, and few legends are as infamous as that of Hanako-san, the ghost said to haunt school bathrooms, particularly the third stall in girls' restrooms. While many dismiss the story as myth, real-life tragedies in Japanese school bathrooms over the decades suggest that there may be more than just legend behind the fear. These incidents blend folklore with chilling reality, leaving students, teachers, and parents deeply unsettled. One particularly heart-wrenching case involves a young student who had endured relentless bullying. The girl was found collapsed inside the third stall of her school's bathroom. Witnesses described the scene as haunting, her body limp, her face pale, and her expression frozen in a silent terror. For years, students had whispered that the third stall was cursed, avoiding it whenever possible. That silent warning now seemed far too real. Reports of paranormal activity in school bathrooms are widespread. Even when the bathrooms were locked and unoccupied, custodians often heard the unmistakable sound of toilets flushing, faucets turning on, and doors creaking. Some janitors reported hearing running footsteps, soft giggles, and even whispers echoing through empty hallways long after the school had closed for the night. These unexplained noises were not isolated incidents. They occurred across multiple schools in various regions, creating an air of fear and mystery that spanned decades. An eerie pattern emerged. Most bathroom-related deaths in Japanese schools occurred in the third stall. This uncanny consistency only fueled the legend of Hanakosen and heightened the anxiety surrounding these restrooms. Students became increasingly reluctant to use certain stalls, and teachers noticed a rising number of students claiming they felt something watching them while in the bathroom. The line between folklore and reality began to blur, leaving a lingering sense of dread. Teachers who worked late for academic events or after-school activities shared accounts that were equally disturbing. Lights in the bathrooms would flicker inexplicably. Doors slammed shut on their own, and faucets would turn on despite being firmly off. Some even claimed to see fleeting shadows out of the corner of their eye shapes that vanished when looked at directly. These phenomena, combined with historical accounts of sudden student collapses, created a reputation that the third stall was not just cursed in story, but in reality. In response to these repeated incidents, some schools took drastic measures. The third stall in certain girls' bathrooms was permanently sealed off, with clear signs posted warning students to avoid it. Yet, even with these precautions, fear persisted. Teachers, students, and parents spoke in hushed tones about the supernatural reputation of school bathrooms, particularly the one cursed stall, a place where tragedy and legend intertwine so seamlessly that it has become a cultural phenomenon. The story of Hanako-san may have begun as a ghost tale, but real-life incidents in school bathrooms have blurred the line between myth and reality. The third stall stands as a chilling reminder of the fragility of life, the consequences of bullying, and the lingering shadows of fear that seem to haunt these spaces decades after the first tragedy occurred. In Japan, some stalls are no longer just a place to relieve oneself. They are symbols of the unknown, of lives cut short, and of a fear that refuses to fade. On a remote stretch of highway in Malaysia, travelers are warned to be cautious. But few could imagine that one ordinary rest stop could hold such chilling secrets. The area had long been known for accidents, sudden vehicle breakdowns, and occasional disappearances, but nothing prepared anyone for the horror that unfolded in the restroom that night. A lone traveler, exhausted after a long drive, entered the highway's restroom late at night. Normally, a 5-minute visit would be uneventful, but when he failed to emerge, concern quickly grew. Fellow travelers knocked on the door and called out to him, but there was no response. Minutes stretched into what felt like hours until authorities were called when rescuers finally forced the locked door open. They were met with a horrifying scene. The traveler lay motionless on the cold tile floor, his face frozen in an expression of pure terror. There were no signs of a struggle, no injuries, and no indications of poisoning. Medical reports were inconclusive. There was no heart attack, no toxic substance, no obvious cause of death. For all practical purposes, it was as if fear itself had claimed him. Stories from truck drivers and other long-haul travelers who had used the restroom over the years only added to the growing unease. Many spoke of strange whispers emanating from empty stalls, soft but persistent, as though someone or something was speaking directly into their ears. Shadows were often seen lurking beneath locked doors, disappearing when approached, leaving a lingering sense of being watched. And inexplicably, even though the sinks were scrubbed and the tiles cleaned, a rotten odor would sometimes fill the air. Sudden and untraceable, the atmosphere inside the restroom was unnerving in another way. The temperature remained unusually cold, even during Malaysia's sweltering heat. Travelers reported shivering despite wearing jackets, and the icy sensation seemed concentrated around specific stalls, almost as if invisible hands were holding the room in a chilling grip. Authorities attempted to renovate the restroom twice, hoping to rid it of its dark reputation. Walls were repainted, plumbing replaced, and lights upgraded, but workers refused to continue after experiencing footsteps echoing behind them, doors moving on their own, and the sound of breathing from empty stalls. Each renovation attempt was abandoned, leaving the restroom to deteriorate further, a monument to fear that no amount of maintenance could erase. This highway restroom, now infamous among locals and long-distance drivers, has become a modern-day legend. It is a place where ordinary human routines collide with inexplicable terror, and where a simple trip to the bathroom can turn into a life-threatening encounter. Even today, travelers passing by report a heavy, oppressive feeling near the restroom, as if unseen eyes are watching, waiting, and still claiming their share of fear. The Malaysia highway restroom is more than just a location on a map, is a chilling reminder that sometimes death and mystery can lurk behind the most mundane doors, ready to strike when least expected. In the heart of Punjab, India, lies a railway station long shrouded in whispers of tragedy and unexplained occurrences. This station, serving countless travelers over the decades, had developed a reputation for mysterious accidents and deaths that no official reports fully explained. Yet, nothing prepared locals and staff for the horror that would unfold one early morning in its now infamous abandoned bathroom before the first trains had begun their daily routes. The station's cleaner entered the basement bathroom to begin his routine duties. Moments later, he was found dead, collapsed on the cold tile floor. The scene sent immediate chills through the staff. The walls were smeared with bloody handprints, stark against the white tiles. Investigators quickly determined that these prints did not match the victim or any other staff member. Who or what had left these marks remained a terrifying mystery. Security footage added another layer of unease. Cameras recorded the cleaner entering the bathroom alone. No one followed him in, and yet, within minutes, he was found lifeless. The footage revealed nothing unusual, no shadowy figures, no external tampering, only the normal flicker of lights and the steady hum of the station. But the stark emptiness of the frames made the unexplained death all the more unsettling. Over the following days, chilling testimonies emerged from railway workers. Many reported doors slamming shut on their own, running footsteps echoing across the empty corridors, and the unmistakable sound of someone crying near the bathroom, even when no one was inside. Staff recounted moments where the air would grow inexplicably cold, their skin prickling as if watched by unseen eyes. The bathroom had become a nexus of fear, a place where ordinary tasks collided with the extraordinary and unexplainable. The situation escalated when 3 more workers reported severe dizziness and fainting while inside the same bathroom stall. One described feeling an overwhelming sense of suffocation, while another claimed to see a fleeting shadow pass across the tiles before losing consciousness. Authorities, alarmed by repeated incidents and the psychological toll on staff, made the unprecedented decision to close the bathroom permanently. Yellow barricades and warning signs now marked its entrance, forbidding anyone from entering. Locals, however, were not surprised. Stories circulated of the land on which the station was built, once the site of an old massacre decades earlier. Many insisted that the spirits of those who died violently still lingered, their anger and sorrow infusing the location with an unshakable sense of dread. Commuters and passers-by reported feeling watched when near the station, and some avoided it entirely after dark, convinced that the old massacre had left an imprint impossible to erase. The abandoned railway bathroom stands today as a stark reminder that some places carry the shadows of history. It is a location where human tragedy, mystery, and fear intertwine, where the line between the living and the unseen becomes terrifyingly thin. For those who know its story, entering that bathroom even for a simple task is more than just routine. It is a brush with the unknown, a chilling encounter with the echoes of past horrors that refuse to rest. In a quiet neighborhood of Seoul, South Korea, a seemingly ordinary apartment became the center of one of the most chilling and mysterious bathroom deaths the city had ever seen. A young woman, whose name remains undisclosed for privacy, died suddenly and inexplicably while showering. What made the incident terrifying wasn't just the death itself, it's the strange circumstances surrounding it, which left investigators, neighbors, and paranormal enthusiasts baffled. When police arrived, the scene appeared normal at first glance. There were no signs of struggle or violence. Nothing in the apartment suggested foul play. Yet, one detail immediately puzzled authorities. The bathroom door had been locked from the outside, not from within. How the door had been secured in this manner while she was inside defied any conventional explanation. It raised a question that haunted everyone involved. Who or what could have done this? CCTV footage from the hallway leading to the bathroom added another layer of unease. At exactly 2:37 a.m., moments before the woman entered, the door to the bathroom could be seen slowly closing on its own, without any human touch. The camera captured no one else approaching, and yet the subtle movement of the door foreshadowed the tragedy that would soon follow. The footage, silent and grainy, has since circulated online, fueling speculation about paranormal involvement. Neighbors reported equally strange experiences. They claimed to hear wet footprints echoing through the hallway outside the apartment, despite no recent water usage or signs that anyone had been walking there. Some swore they could hear the soft trickle of water and the occasional slamming of the bathroom door late at night, long after the apartment was supposed to be empty. These incidents were not fleeting. They reportedly continued in the days following her death. Even more unsettling were reports of paranormal activity within the apartment itself. Lights in the bathroom were said to turn off mid-shower, plunging the room into darkness. The bathtub reportedly filled with water on its own, sometimes to an alarming level, without any faucet being turned. Perhaps the most bizarre occurrence involved the woman's pet dog, which would bark furiously at the bathroom door for hours, growling at something unseen, refusing to enter the room. The animal's behavior suggested it sensed a presence beyond human comprehension. Following these incidents, the family was deeply shaken. Convinced that something malevolent lingered in the apartment, they moved out immediately, leaving the unit vacant. 8 years have passed since, and no one has lived there. The apartment remains empty, a silent monument to the tragic death and unexplained phenomena that occurred within its walls. Local residents avoid it, claiming the sense of unease is palpable even from the hallway. The sole apartment serves as a haunting reminder of how ordinary places can transform into sites of fear and mystery. What began as a routine activity, shower, turned into a fatal encounter with the inexplicable. The locked door, strange noises, and unexplainable movements suggest that the apartment is more than a dwelling. It is a space where the boundaries between life and the unknown blur, leaving a chilling imprint that persists even years after the tragedy. Along one of Mexico's busiest highways lies a seemingly ordinary gas station, a place frequented by travelers seeking a quick rest or a bathroom break. But this particular stop would become the scene of a terrifying and inexplicable tragedy, leaving employees and visitors haunted for years to come. The story begins with a teenage girl who entered the ladies' restroom late one afternoon. Within minutes, her screams echoed through the building. Staff rushed to the bathroom only to find her unconscious on the cold tile floor. Despite their immediate attempts to help, she later succumbed to her mysterious injuries. What made the case particularly chilling was the complete absence of any struggle or signs of foul play. The bathroom itself appeared untouched, pristine, yet somehow lethal. Adding to the horror, employees discovered a disturbing message written on the mirror. In fresh water droplets, the words "Get out" were scrawled in large, urgent letters. No one admitted to writing it, and no fingerprints were found nearby. The message became an ominous warning, hinting at forces beyond the realm of explanation. Local staff recounted additional strange phenomena leading up to and following the incident. Many reported seeing a tall shadow lingering near the sinks late at night, vanishing the instant anyone approached. Others described the unnerving sensation of someone standing behind them in the mirror, only to turn around and find the room empty. These occurrences were consistent, strange, and deeply unsettling, reinforcing the belief that the bathroom itself harbored a malevolent presence. Travelers shared their own terrifying encounters. One man claimed to feel a sudden, icy breath on his neck while washing his hands, even though the air conditioning was off and no one else was nearby. Another reported a faint whisper, urging him to leave immediately, causing him to flee in panic. Such experiences, though anecdotal, added to the growing reputation of the restroom as a hotspot for paranormal activity. Authorities, alarmed by the series of strange events and the tragic death, ultimately decided to close the bathroom for safety. It remains sealed, off-limits to the public, a silent reminder of the horror that once took place within its walls. Yet, despite the official closure, paranormal investigators have continued to visit the site, drawn by reports of ghostly figures, unexplained noises, and the eerie energy that seems to cling to the bathroom long after the tragedy. The Mexico gas station restroom stands as a chilling testament to the unexplained. It is a place where the ordinary act of using a bathroom can suddenly turn deadly, where shadows and whispers intermingle with human fear, and where the boundaries between reality and the supernatural seem impossibly thin. For those who know its story, it is more than a restroom. It is a haunting landmark, a place where the echoes of a lost life continue to warn the living. Some places are best left alone. In the bustling city of Lahore, Pakistan, an abandoned mall basement sits in eerie silence, concealing secrets that have terrified those who dared to work there. Once a busy commercial hub, the basement is now infamous, not for its shops, but for the mysterious deaths and paranormal activity linked to its bathrooms. Security guards, janitors, and even visitors have reported incidents so bizarre and chilling that the location has become a local legend. The story begins with the first recorded death. A security guard found collapsed inside a bathroom stall late one night. Initially, it seemed like a medical emergency, but coworkers quickly revealed a disturbing detail. The guard had spent the previous evening complaining about whispered voices and loud banging sounds coming from the bathroom, though no one else was present. He spoke of cold spots, a feeling of being watched, and a general unease that kept him on edge until his untimely death. As more employees were assigned to the basement, reports of unusual phenomena began to multiply. Stalls appeared to move on their own, doors swinging open or closed without anyone nearby. Mirrors would fog inexplicably, even in the cold, dry air of the basement, revealing streaks and shapes that no one could explain. Some employees claimed that sink water occasionally turned red for mere seconds, vanishing before anyone could investigate, leaving only a fleeting sense of horror. Perhaps the most unnerving accounts came from women who ventured into the basement. Several reported fainting after catching glimpses of a figure in white standing behind them in the mirrors, or at the far end of the hallways. Even when colleagues were present nearby, the figure seemed imperceptible to anyone else, reinforcing the idea that the bathroom harbored a presence, unseen yet deeply disturbing. Repeated incidents led to a dramatic decision. The bathroom was permanently locked and officially declared structurally unsafe. Curiously, inspections revealed no actual damage to the building. The label seemed almost symbolic, a warning to anyone who might dare enter. The authorities and mall management remained silent on the true reasons, but the stories of ghostly apparitions, unexplainable sounds, and sudden, inexplicable deaths spoke louder than any official explanation could. Today, the basement remains deserted, a chilling monument to fear that no renovation or repair could erase. Locals and thrill-seekers alike avoid the area after dark, sharing stories of doors slamming, sudden chills, and ghostly whispers. For those familiar with the legend, the basement bathroom is more than a location. It is a portal to the unknown, a place where ordinary routines can transform into encounters with something unexplainable, and where human life has been inexplicably endangered. The Pakistan Old Mall basement bathroom reminds us that some spaces, no matter how mundane they appear, can carry the weight of history, fear, and perhaps even supernatural forces. It is a stark example of how tragedy and the inexplicable can converge, leaving a place forever marked in the minds of those who dare to approach it. In the remote north of England stands an abandoned prison, a grim fortress of stone and iron with a history steeped in violence. For decades, inmates endured brutal conditions, and many met untimely deaths within its cold, unforgiving walls. Among the most notorious locations inside this prison is the Washroom block, a place now shrouded in chilling tales that continue to haunt locals, former guards, and paranormal investigators alike. The horror story begins with a prisoner found dead in one of the washroom stalls. His throat bore distinct marks, as if attacked, yet there was no assailant present. Guards and investigators who arrived on the scene were baffled. There were no signs of a struggle, no fingerprints other than the victims, and no apparent cause for such a violent end. The sense of unease in that block became immediate and palpable. CCTV footage captured something equally disturbing. A dark shadow briefly appeared behind the prisoner just moments before his death, flickering like smoke in the camera's grainy black and white feed. The shadow vanished as quickly as it appeared, leaving no trace behind. And yet its presence was enough to terrify everyone who reviewed the tape, whether human or something beyond comprehension. The apparition became the central enigma of the incident, many of whom spent years patrolling the halls after dark began to report a series of strange and unsettling events. Faucets would turn on by themselves, often flooding sinks despite being firmly off. Chilling cold spots lingered in certain stalls, leaving even the hardiest of officers shivering. At times, a stench of rot would fill the air, permeating the walls and floors, though inspections found no decaying matter to explain it. The cumulative effect of these events made the washroom block a place no one wanted to enter alone. Visitors, who later toured the abandoned prison, added their own accounts. Hands seemed to grab the edges of stalls, disappearing when touched, and echoes of clanking metal chains reverberated through empty corridors. Some claimed to see shadowy figures moving at the edge of their vision, vanishing when they tried to focus. These experiences, both historical and contemporary, painted a picture of a washroom block alive with unseen activity, a space where the residual anger and pain of former inmates seemed to linger due to safety concerns. The prison authorities eventually sealed off the entire washroom block, citing unstable flooring as the official reason. However, those familiar with the stories believe the decision was influenced less by structural concerns and more by the violent hauntings that plagued anyone who entered. Paranormal investigators who have attempted to access the block report the same cold spots, shadowy figures, and inexplicable sounds described by former guards decades ago. The haunted prison washroom in northern England stands as a chilling testament to the intertwining of human cruelty and the unknown. It is a place where the echoes of past violence persist, where the line between life and the supernatural blurs, and where anyone daring enough to enter feels the oppressive weight of decades of fear, anger, and death. Even today, the sealed doors hide more than just broken tiles. They hide an atmosphere of lingering terror that refuses to dissipate. In the bustling city of Manila, Philippines, one hospital's ICU has long been notorious for its high mortality rates. But amidst the routine of critical care, staff and visitors began to notice a far more unsettling pattern. Bizarre and repeated deaths in the ICU bathrooms that defied explanation. Over several years, what should have been a place of relief and sanitation became a scene of terror. 3 patients, all in different years, were found collapsed near the sinks of the ICU bathroom. Each had the same haunting expression etched on their faces. Wide eyes frozen in shock, mouths open as if in silent scream, bodies rigid in their final moments. There were no visible injuries, no signs of poisoning, no evidence of struggle. Medical staff were baffled, and while each case was officially attributed to natural causes, the eerie consistency of the deaths left whispers of fear spreading through the hospital. Nurses who worked night shifts added chilling details. Many reported hearing a woman crying inside the bathroom, even when it was locked and empty. Some said the sobbing was intermittent, echoing through the sterile halls, making it impossible to ignore. Attempts to trace the sound to any patient or visitor proved fruitless, and the cries seemed to vanish as soon as anyone approached. Doctors also began reporting strange occurrences. Shadows would cross behind shower curtains, moving independently of anyone's presence. Sinks would turn on by themselves, flowing water without explanation. Even routine cleaning would occasionally trigger inexplicable phenomena, like faucets that refused to turn off or sudden cold drafts that swept through the small, enclosed space. Staff members described an oppressive feeling inside the bathroom, a sensation of being watched by something unseen, something waiting. One nurse's account was particularly chilling. She claimed to see a woman dressed in white enter the bathroom late at night. Terrified, the nurse waited, expecting the woman to leave, but no one ever emerged. When she mustered the courage to check, the bathroom was empty. No traces of the figure remained, no evidence of anyone entering or exiting. This sighting solidified the bathroom's reputation as a place not just of death, but of lingering, unexplained presence. Due to the escalating fear, the hospital made the unprecedented decision to close the ICU bathroom to all patients, and staff were strongly discouraged from entering it after 10 p.m. Even the most seasoned nurses and doctors, trained to confront life and death daily, admitted that the bathroom inspired a deep, irrational dread. The space, once ordinary and functional, had transformed into a locus of fear and mystery, a place where the familiar routines of daily life were replaced by unshakable terror. Today, the ICU bathroom remains sealed and largely avoided, a silent reminder of the lives lost and the unknown forces that seemed to linger in the shadows. For hospital staff, it is a stark lesson that even in a place devoted to healing, death and fear can manifest in the most unexpected corners, leaving a haunting legacy that continues to chill those who dare to remember it.